Somebody says, I want to defend myself because my guys cannot say what I want to say. Then it means that they have crossed the threshold of fear, of conviction, and thinking more about the political outcome of that trial. That's really what it suggests.
Under what circumstance, I mean, as a lawyer, should a person accused of such heinous crime, you know, terrorism and, you know, others like that, decide to defend himself without a lawyer? And what is the justification for such?
Well, it's usually unusual. It's unusual, actually, to have anybody standing trial for such very serious charges, whether proven or not in court. Those are serious charges, to have them say, you know, I want to defend myself. But again, the Constitution guarantees everybody the right to, you have a right to counsel of your choice, but also have a right to defend yourself.
It's often had counsel, I mean.
Yes, always had.
Yeah.
But you also have the right to defend yourself. Yeah. And so that's a fundamental right. I mean, the court can't enforce you. Of course, the state has provisions to make for legal aid if either because of poverty or because of other circumstances, he can't access a lawyer. I remember when I was a defense counsel to Ken Saro-Wiwa, when we pulled out from the case based on strategic reason, the state assigned him a lawyer. In fact, in many cases, the state may assign you a lawyer if you can. But in his own case, I think perhaps it's strategic. Two things I think. This is also a political trial, even though it's based on a criminal charge. But the context, the landscape of this is politics, in terms of more important is agitation. You know, this is like, IPOB is a revolutionary band. But what I'm saying, by nature of IPOB, it's a political organization attempting to challenge the Nigerian state based on some ideas. And so their leaders also consider their trial as political. Trial. Just like Mandela had, and then maybe Ken Saro-Wiwa. I remember the statement. So
KANU is a
maybe
prisoner?
He fancies himself that his own personal defense.
He's a political prisoner?
No, what I'm saying, he is facing a trial, but he is somebody who has been declared, illegal by the state. So there's a political dimension. Now, he might want to use this opportunity of this trial to put a country on trial. Let me tell you, when we wanted to defend Ken Saro-Wiwa, I remember very well when he came to the office with Ghana Family, he said that we shouldn't defend him. We have to convince him to go for trial. The idea was that the state wants to kill him, but he needs to put the good course and put the state on trial strategically. So when we push the state to enough error, because it was clear the manifest intent was to hang Ken Saro-Wiwa, we pushed them to an error, we withdrew. By that time, the whole world, Bembom from Law Society and from Bar Council wrote a report that this is unfair trial. Don't forget that was why Nigeria was banned from Commonwealth and the Spiral event. So the point here is, maybe strategically, he fashions that he could say something, use opportunity to as a revolution, as an agitator, to push a narrative he wants to push out. And he says, I don't mind if I die. I'm going to put the country on trial. Dangerous gambit, if you ask, legally speaking, because Omolo is a very senior lawyer prosecuting. So you would require senior lawyers defend it, because the judge is going to base it on proving evidence.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you that. How should the courts, you know, handle such a request and treat the defense of the accused person without legal representation? You've, you know, used the political dimension to underscore what KANU might be intending.
Exactly.
But and it may too, as some analysts, you know, had positioned that he probably doesn't want to go to prison.
Okay, two things can happen. First, the court has to be sure that that is his choice, okay? Two, the court also have to ensure that the court cannot lower the standard of proof or the standard of innocence for you because you have no lawyer. So the judge would act like a judge. You hear the case, look for evidence, and don't forget, in a Nigerian case, you have to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt against. So cannot even enter a defense, would still require the government to prove the case. The other point is that the court has to ensure that he gets the facility he needs for self-defense. So this is where it becomes tricky. You have to ensure, if you want to call witnesses to do pre-trial briefing, you have to allow those witnesses to meet with him. if, for example, so the fact that he's detained in DSS complicates the matter because of the way DSS runs their detention.
Yes, the lawyers have often complained about that,
Exactly.
lack of access, to their
So the judge has
clients
to
in
ensure,
detention.
right now, KANU, the trial has to be fair and free. And the judge is the one who has to protect that freeness and fairness of trial. He has to do that by two ways. First, ensure that this accused person understands what he's going to do, that he has to defend himself. Two, provide him all the facilities. He's talking about case file. Assuming he wants to consult some books, assuming he wants to consult some of his witnesses, want to put them on the things that lawyers will do in their chamber. They bring the witnesses, hear their story, go through them, decide which witness is good enough. KANU will now do it for himself. And so the restrictions of that DSS has to no longer work. And maybe this is where the judge might say, you know what, I take authority and remand this person in prison custody, where there's a structured way the prison allows for visits, provides for all those facilities. The DSS is not a prison facility. I think that is very clear. And that's why you see the lawyers complain they have no access. So the judge has a responsibility now and duty to ensure that this accused person, who is now his own defense attorney, so to say, has to be treated as somebody who is preparing for a trial. When the lawyers are there, the guy could be put on chains and clamped away. The lawyers will be busy getting the job done. They go to court. But now that he's going to be his own lawyer, he needs the body presence, mental presence, he needs the liberty and the facility to prepare. So the judge is now under the spotlight. Whether he will afford this guy, I mean, the prosecution says 6 days. That doesn't really work. There's no way a known lawyer who has to go through this trial, get briefed by his former lawyers, get the files, will put up a defense in 6 months. That's going to happen. So we're going to see inevitably that the judge will bend backward, give him time, and also more importantly, allow the DSS has to be under obligation now to allow him to meet with his witnesses, interview those witnesses, because that's what it means to defend yourself. And the law doesn't care whether you're a lawyer or not. You say, look, you must have fair trial, adequate facility to defend yourself, including resources, time, consultation. So this is a curveball of a sort. It complicates the procedure.
You can't, it's not time bound.
Well, the judge, it has to be a timeous prosecution, but the judge has to do a fair, okay? The judge will say, if
that's
this guy...
the scale of justice.
Yes, just say, okay, fine.
Must be balanced.
Can this guy get this thing done? If you don't give him the files, how can he do that? If you don't allow him to talk to his witnesses, how does he know who he's going to put on the witness box for himself?
And already, some of the witnesses that he's going to call are high-profile Nigerians and the rest.
I think if I was advising him strategically in terms of politics of this, I think it's going to be hot. If he decides to, some are compellable, some are voluntary witness. So if the court has to issue an order directing subpoenas to come to court and testify, of course, they will be, most of them are advanced, they are going to be advanced with it, but he probably wants to extract some confessions, some statements that his own thinking. I mean, this is dangerous, but politically, and that's the point here, many revolutionaries, you don't need to agree with them, so oftentimes consider their trial as the most important stage in their life to make their case. I recall we're doing Kensara. We tried a Iwaga, whether he will be jailed, whether he will be killed, and we use the case of Basanjo and Yaradua, Musa Yaradua. So we say, okay, if Yaradua will be pardoned, then he can't fancy himself. Say, okay, I'll go to prison, but from there, the Ogoni cause will spread abroad. It didn't factor that it could be executed. So the notion is, I'll be jailed, but I'll be stronger in prison. The costs will be stronger in prison. So I don't know whether Nnamdi Kanu is this lucid and clear-minded now in prison. I don't know. But if somebody says, I want to defend myself because my guys cannot say what I want to say, then it means that they have crossed the threshold of fear, of conviction, and thinking more about the political outcome of that trial. That's really what it suggests.
Wonderful people, thank you for watching this video. Welcome you again, or rather welcome you once again to Okute Daily Talk channel, where we always speak to you the undiluted truth about everything. You know, the reason why these days now, I decided to be putting the clip I want to add to my videos before you hear my voice is just for you to decide whether to continue watching what I have to say or not. So the choice is yours. Anyway, you have heard from a specialist, a political analyst, and also chairman of and the chief executive and founder of a School of Thoughts in Abuja, or rather, sorry, School of Political Thoughts in Abuja, Dr. Sama Madi. He have explained everything in black and blue the way it's supposed to be, and I quite agree with him. Right now, Nnamdi Kanu have put in the Nigerian government, APC, and also their judiciary on trial. You know, I don't want you to get tired of hearing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because it has been since, let's say, since for so many months now, it has been the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that. And don't forget, we don't have to stop saying about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because a closed mouth is a closed destiny. If we all should fold our arms and say, okay, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been captured, so let us just move ahead, my brother, the people who are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will also move ahead. Yes, they will just dump him and move ahead. But for the fact that there are people like us who will never rest a day without not bringing the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's issue or case to the limelight, my brother, we need to be applauded. Even if we are doing it for nothing, just to make sure that we promote this our agitation or movement. But for the fact that you always hear this news, my brother, even you said that is watching us, you also need to be rewarded for giving out your time, your data, I mean, everything in you to watch every video we put out there. May my God and our God collectively bless you and meet you at every point of your need. Everybody everybody is entitled to their own personal opinion. The same way Dr. Sam Amade, the same way I too am entitled to my own opinion. But let us just look inwards. Back to 2022. This same Sam Amade also came out, and that's this same Arise TV, to let the whole world know, or rather the Zojurians, that the judge handling the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have met her, or rather have met him one-on-one. That is Injustice Binta Iyako, and told him that the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going nowhere, that she is even tired of appearing in court for that same reason, the same man, and for the same case. That is goes nowhere. But go to online, go to X now, you will see people who say they are online lawyers telling you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a soft straight to prison. Some say 20 years, some say 50 years, just like that idiot that calls himself very dark black man, a very dark black boy. Say Nnamdi Kanu is looking at nothing less than 20 years in prison. Now your ancestors will go 20 years in prison. That is how you people keep on sharing, or rather sending wrong narratives out there to people who are not guided, who have no time to make a research, at least on any issue they had online. But whatever they hear, they just carry it. And don't forget that anytime they pass a wrong information and it stays for too long, my brother, it has become a tradition. That wrong narrative becomes the real narratives. So that is exactly what these people keep on doing every day by day. Anyone will come out and tell you Nnamdi Kanu, he don't want to defend himself again. When I say that this guy is not, some people were doubting me. You know, if you go to X, my brother, you will see the same people who is charging a lawyer Jimako for contempt because the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in court already. Then why must he appear a place where protest of release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held? That is the contempt of the court. Most of them, none of them that DSA will knock on their door now and said, oh, why are you discussing the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that's already before the judge? It is a contempt. They will not do that. They keep on sharing wrong narratives. That Nnamdi Kanu is now want to delay court time. What court time? Nnamdi Kanu delaying court time that is out for 3 months. But 10 years of his time have been wasted by that same court. You see, one thing about this, that so-called Nigeria is, it is full of useless, dirty youths who have nothing to offer other than bigotry. Look at Cameroon, what is happening in Cameroon today. They have taken up and said that 92 years old Paul Biya can never be their president again. After opposition won the election, they have to give 2 weeks to announce election result. 2 weeks. And then you come out and begin to gaslight the indigenous. They should go inside their home and do not do violence. Anybody that announced as an election winner, that they should accept it the way it is. After they have already cast their votes. And they are very convinced that the opposition won the election. Now they have risen up. Try that in Nigeria. The Yoruba side will tell you, no, don't try it in Lagos, so you should go to your east. The people in Abuja will tell you, don't try it in Abuja, you should go to the north. And you tell me this country or whatever, I mean this group of people will still be the same and live at the same country as one. I doubt that. Marriage is not by force. When the other party have decided to call it a quit, my brother, the other party have no choice than to concur. The marriage between the Biafrans and those ones out there, which I don't even know where they came from, the marriage cannot work. Then why not allow them to go their separate ways in peace, rather than all these shenanigans, trying everything humanly possible to make sure that you subdue the truth, only because you are playing one nonsense politics. It is my tribe. It is not my tribe. Anyway, I don't have much to say, but a word is enough for the wise. Those who have ear, let them hear. If you don't have ear, it's up to you. Just one important comment, and then we'll round up. Alex Steve said, Martin Nnamdi Kanu is widely regarded as an intelligent individual, known for his impressive grasp of the law. Injustice Binta Yako, who initially presided over his case, noted that Kanu's understanding of the law surpasses even some legal professionals. This level of knowledge has undoubtedly contributed to his ability to navigate complex legal proceedings and articulate his arguments effectively. Beyond his legal acumen, Nnamdi Kanu is also recognized for his intellectual abilities. Femi Fani-Kayode, a Nigerian politician, has described him as a formidable intellectual and a visionary leader. These sentiments highlight Kanu's capacity for critical thinking and his ability to inspire others with his ideas. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's debating skills have also gained attention with some online commentators, noting that he challenged university professors to a debate and none dared to take up the challenge. This anecdote speaks to his confidence and ability to engage in intellectual discourse, even in the face of adversity. Overall, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's intelligence and intellectual abilities have earned him both admiration and scrutiny. While opinions about him are highly divided, it is undeniable that he is a complex figure with a unique perspective and skill set. His ability to articulate his views and engage with others has made him a prominent figure in Nigerian politics. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now and allow him to go in peace. Otherwise, he will go when you are in pieces. That is the word of the elders. Thanks be to Okute Daily Talk. So my people, now we will take a break, like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. And I go hear my voice again when I come back. Please subscribe to my channel and also follow my Facebook page, because this video also is going to be shared on my Facebook page. So try to follow us. In fact, follow us like your village people. Anywhere where you see us, just follow us. We will accept you. Bye for now.